everyone, so it's a woman to woman video today. Let me just have a sip of my drink. But it's a very interesting topic, and I basically asked you guys on Instagram to give me ideas for topics, and one brilliant girl came up with a very good idea. And I'm going to read to you her comment and then start to talk about it, because I thought her comment was very interesting. I asked if I could as well, and she said that I could. So she said, how about female confidence in the bedroom? I must confess, when I first saw this comment, I thought she meant in the boardroom, and I was like, I'm not ever in the boardroom, unfortunately. You could discuss body woes, confidence, periods, weight gain, loss, how a partner can be reassuring / unhelpful. I'm in a fairly new relationship and still building up my sexual confidence, and as somebody who has body dysmorphia, this can be quite tricky at times. My man is very slim, whereas I'm curvy / heavier, and I've spoken to friends in similar positions who felt self-conscious when getting intimate with new partners due to not feeling like they can be the little spoon. This might not be a topic that you're comfortable discussing, but I just thought I'd throw it out there. Now, I think I'm going to title this video something like weight gain and relationships, maybe. Weight gain and sex. If I call it weight gain and sex, though, we're just going to get all the pervs coming over here thinking I'm going to talk about that, aren't we? I don't want to do that, and then they'll all comment and tell me that I'm too fat to be having sex or something stupid like that, so maybe we won't discuss that. We won't call it that. But I thought that this comment was so interesting, because without going into too much detail, and don't worry, I'm not going to go into tons of detail about this, because at the end of the day it is private, and as much as I actually like talking about these types of topics with people in real life, I don't feel comfortable talking about it on the internet. Just, I don't know why, it's weird, because it's like a topic that I'm very comfortable talking about ordinarily. Do I look really shiny? I'm testing out a new foundation today, and I don't think I like it. But where was I going? I have very obviously gained a lot of weight within the last 2 years. A significant amount of weight. I'm the fattest I've ever been in my whole entire life, and it makes me feel really terrible and really not confident. And I think it's a very difficult place to be in, because if you're in a new relationship, you've got all of those kind of body concerns and things like that anyway, so everything's kind of heightened. But speaking from somebody that's been in a long-term relationship, it's also very difficult, because people can be honest in a nice way, and I think sometimes, you know, if you know that you've gained loads of weight, and you know that you're not skinny, and it's obvious, sometimes I think it's kind of a bit stupid for somebody to be like, no, what are you talking about, you're really thin, and like, you know, that kind of reassuring thing that men sometimes do, I think, when they don't know what to say. I think that can be quite unhelpful in a way, because it's like, come on, we both know the truth here. No need to pretend, we both know the truth. And the truth is that you can still be beautiful and you can still be sexy at whatever size that you are. But I think part of the problem can be if you have been with somebody for a while and you didn't look like that at the beginning, and then you change and you gain a lot of weight, and that can happen. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, you're supposed to love them no matter what, and you can love somebody no matter what, but physical attraction and physical appearance is important as well. If you're somebody that kind of thing is important too. And I know from my experience, when I've kind of brought it up to my boyfriend or asked him, he will sort of say, like, yeah, you have gained a lot of weight, you know, you're gorgeous and I love you, but I think you would be a lot happier if you lost the weight, and you know, that you would look a lot better. And it sounds really awful to say that, and I don't want people to take that in the wrong way, and to it's really weird. This has made me feel really emotional talking about this. Like I really feel like I could sort of cry. I'm having a bit of a bad day today anyway, but yeah, I didn't kind of realise that. And I know that when he says that, it's coming from the best possible place. It's coming from a place of wanting me to be happy and wanting me to be confident, because the key in everything is confidence, and your confidence affects your relationship and your sex life massively. And the more confident you are, the better everything will be. And when you're not confident, it does damage things. And when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's not affecting just you, it's affecting them as well. And I think you have to, part of me wants to say that, like, it is no one else's business what you do with your body, and if you've gained weight or lost weight or whatever. But another part of me thinks that not you owe it to your partner, because that's not what I mean, but like it's important how they feel a little bit about your body as well. Obviously nowhere near as important as how you feel about your body. And in some cases, like when I was a lot skinnier and a lot younger, and I had severe problems with eating and body image and that kind of thing, my boyfriend was really helpful, because he was really reassuring, and it was nice to kind of be almost seen through someone else's eyes. And I think it helped me a little bit, not massively, but it did help me a little bit. But when you are not feeling the best that you can feel, you can sometimes feel, or I at least feel, like you're letting someone down. And I very, very much feel like that. I feel like I have let lots of people down. I feel like I have let my family down by gaining weight. I feel like I have let my boyfriend down by gaining weight. I feel like I have let everybody on YouTube watching by gaining weight, and I also definitely think that it has made a lot of people watch me less, and not deem me as attractive anymore and want to watch my content, and it's very interesting how the relationship that matters is the relationship you have with yourself, but the relationship you have with other people around you affects things too. And I don't think you should ever lose weight or anything like that for somebody else, for your boyfriend, for your husband or whatever. It should always be for you, because it's what you want. But talking about it honestly is important, but very, very difficult at the same time, I think. And it's just something that I think so many of us kind of don't know how to deal with in the best way, because it can be really difficult to be able to voice things as well. So I'm a very kind of open person, but I find it difficult to talk about my emotions with people, even with people I'm very close to. I like to sort of have guard up, and I'm not always able to say everything I mean. And I really, really, really do not like discussing my weight or my body with other people, with anybody else. I just don't feel the need, and when it's people that are close to you, sometimes they feel like they can say this to you. Now, my boyfriend has never ever come up and said, I really think you should lose weight, like, you know, you look really gross, I won't ever want to have sex with you if you look like this, type of thing. Not ever. But when asked, he will say, you know, like, well, I think you don't seem like yourself, and so you should change that if that's what's going to make you happy. But and even that, it's really, really tough. And touching it like briefly from the kind of bedroom perspective, like I said, it's all about confidence, and if you don't feel confident, then that really, really shows. And confident is one of the most appealing, sexy things about a person, and if you kind of don't want to be seen and just don't feel as confident, then it really changes things. It really changes things. And I think sometimes we focus on it so much as women that kind of you should be so perfect so that people think that you're hot and so that people want to sleep with you and all of that kind of thing, without really focusing on why it is that you feel not confident in the first place. And I'm going to refer back to the original comment just to see if there's any other things that I should touch on. When she talked about the fact that the feeling self-conscious with a new partner or whatever, because she's larger. I've been at different points in that, where I've been at points where I've been really tiny, and then when I've been larger. I think maybe part of the reason why I don't feel that so much is because I'm really short. So I'm only 5'1", so most men are taller than me, which kind of helps me be like the little spoon type of thing. But if there's certain things about that make you feel uncomfortable, first of all, you don't have to do them. You don't have to do anything that doesn't feel comfortable to you. But secondly, there isn't any rules, and it's difficult to say, isn't it? Because how you feel about yourself kind of matters so much that you don't necessarily pay attention and think about it from a more objective perspective. But I think, like, if you saw a couple walking down the street and one of them was a bit curvier than the other, you wouldn't think, oh, they look weird. It just is what it is. You wouldn't think anything of it, would you? I wouldn't. I had a really bad night's sleep. I wouldn't. I wouldn't think anything of it. Like, and I know what you mean in terms of like the sexual things, how certain things might not work the way that you think it's supposed to, or certain angles and, you know, that kind of thing. But just find new ones, and ultimately I'm assuming, it might not be, but I'm assuming that is all going down in the privacy of your own bedroom, and you can just do whatever works for you. And I don't think that you should ever feel like your partner feels like, oh god, we can't do this because she's bigger than me or blah blah blah, because I don't think that they would ever feel like that. I don't think that they would feel like that in the first place to be able to voice it, because they wouldn't be there to begin with, if that makes sense. But it is definitely a very sore subject, and I actually saw an article in the paper this morning where Joan Collins was talking about how when she that she tells her husband if he's gained weight, and I was like thinking, that's a very interesting concept, because it's like it's bad, isn't it? Am I boring you? It's interesting kind of if you're able to say that. I don't think I would ever say that to anybody, even my nearest and dearest, because I'm very aware of the topic. But if your boyfriend or your husband said that to you, would you take offence, or would you think they were being helpful? Depending on how they said it. Because it can be helpful in a way, but it's helpful as in, I think it'll just make you think, okay, I need to get my shit together. But still because you were thinking it anyway, not because you were doing it for them, if that makes sense. I don't know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd be very, very interested to know your thoughts. Let me know down below. If you don't want everyone to read and you want to say something a bit more private, then you can private message me or DM me on Instagram or something like that. I'm most likely to see it on there. because I think it's a very, very interesting topic, and I would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I will see you all in another video very soon. I'm not sure, I think I'm going to put this video up first, and then I'm going away next week for a couple of days, so the videos that will be going up next week will be pre-recorded. I am going to film a what's in my travel bag, beauty bag, all of that kind of thing video. Maybe before I go away, maybe after will be better, because then I can tell you what I thought, like what I used or what I didn't, if that's interesting to you, I don't know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon. Bye.